Good day and welcome to another full transparency trading session. I am your host Sebastian, and we're going to get into my trade from today in just a moment here. Give me just a second to reduce my screen. All right, I put in $200 off of this trade here. I'm going to show you where I was at when I opened up the trade. I was up 157, and it's actually going to go down and decrease a decent amount, so just give it a look. I'm in my warehouse, which is why you hear all the taping going on in the background, why I'm not screaming out what's going on with my trade. But a lot of times you're going to get into a trade and your money's going to go up and down, so you have to be patient. Don't get too excited, but you want to know where the bottom is and you want to know where the top is. I already knew where the top was, so I played it from the top to the bottom, and I already had in mind that I could possibly make about $200 off of this because I've watched over and over and over again where these levels have gone to. I'll get into that once I get through this part of the video. When you start to see that second candle form out of this middle zone that I created here, that is a warning sign, like, hey, the pushback is about to start, so we're going to get one more push off of the 9 EMA, which is the green line here. The 9 EMA hasn't crossed above the 23 EMA, so I'm not worried. $85, 83 cents a zone. Spies move. And it's cool because this is really just going through my thought process as I'm in an actual trade. As you can hear, I'm very calm. I'm not panicked or anything like that. It's another day trading. Moving aggressively the other direction. Come on back down. Spy. Hey, this keeps flipping. I'm trying to leave it upright. Okay, so we hit the 9 EMA and we're bouncing back down. Ooh, we got another strong reversal pattern, so that should push us down into 407. Looking for 407.50. And I will say that we won't get 407.50 here, but that's perfectly fine. Let's scoot on over and see where this trade starts to go. Right about here. So we keep going up to that 157. So that's when I start to get in mind, like, hey, we come down to the 200 EMA, we bounce up off of it. If we don't break below that 200 EMA, we're gonna have to take our 157. Come on, break out. As soon as it hits below 90 cents, we are in the money. 86 cents is a goal. And we will take our $150 if we so have to. And always be prepared to take Nvidia's pushing down. $202. So now we're at 202. It's kind of climbing up. This is where you get ready to close out your order. $202 and going once. Like I said, the goal is $200. I don't care if I don't get anything more than that. Okay, broke below 90 cents now. We're at 89 cents. $238. And so all of this just comes with experience. This is just the experience of trading a lot. I know when there's like a range that I can trade within, when I'm about to break out of that range and when I'm going into that range. And my theta is strong, so I don't have to worry about that. But if this runs on, like say the trade ran on for an hour, theta would completely eat at my profit. But as long as I'm in this trade quickly, so I'm in there for 59 cents, 9 contracts. And this is a very aggressive trade. This is not how I suggest you trade when you're new to the market and you don't have that year of experience in, because you've never experienced how fast this moves aggressively against you and aggressively for you. I don't want you getting in any trouble. Like, you could go a week out and you can do like 4 or 5 contracts for like 20 cents each, $80, and still make a great amount of money once we cross towards your actual trade. But this is basically 408 is in the money. So I'm already in the money as soon as the trade began. And I'm just watching if it runs up or if it runs down. And we're preparing to close. So could have closed right there, but as you can see, it's just moving at an aggressive clip, and you have to be patient to see if it's going to move aggressive your way or if it's going to move against you. Once I see it move against me, no, don't do that. Then I'm getting ready to move out. I hate when that happens. I hate when you get like a notification right when you're trying to click review and send, and then all of a sudden it flips you back the other way, which is why I didn't close the trade right here, because it flipped up so quick while I was actually in that that other page. 5 cents, I would love to get to $1, but if I can't get to it, it is what it is. I will take what I can get. What I wanted here was 87 cents, which is why I held for a little bit, but when I saw that it was kind of wavering and pushing up, it was time for me to get out. 88 cents right there. Okay, boom. So we got a new low, 72 cents on Nvidia. Should be new lows coming over here for us. There we go, new lows. We'd love to get a full $1. That would be amazing. We're at 87 cents right now. Wait, and as soon as you saw that 90, you saw me instantly jump up right there and get ready to send. So now the smartest thing I did, in that trade was I got myself ready to close out. When you see, watch in like a 2 second, it's literally 2 seconds. When you see this, you don't have to wait for my 30-cent rule. You can do this if it does 10 cents. If it makes an aggressive move 10 cents, I'm not waiting and playing with my money. I want the money that the market has promised me so far. I was ready to close right there, but it came back down instead of running up. As soon as it came back down, it went back up. That tells you, get out. Look at that. You see how it went to 98 cents? And even though it came back down when I was done with this trade,
and we would take $198 in our trade. And as you've seen, it's more than enough. Yeah, sure, it'll probably go back down, and then we'll get back up to that. But you don't risk your money. So 100.
And you heard other Sebastian say, you don't risk your profit. You know, what more was I going to get? $40. Now, the reason that I'm doing this aggressive trading strategy is I want to minimize the amount of days that it takes me to hit my goal. My goal for the $500 account is $250 a week. I've reached that goal in 2 days. The key is I've studied and studied and studied to understand where we're at in the market to when I can attack it. Let's head on over to Solo Dolo and see how our trade worked out today. Zoom in a little bit to today. So this is what happened, right? When the market opened up, I knew it was going to run up. If I was to put this to like 1 minute, you can see it even better. So if you put this to 1 minute, right, you can see that the market has decided to run up for the day. On the 5 minute, 15 minute, it looks like it's red. But the reality is that we came down and then we started to push up. So it was turning green before the market even opened. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be a nice green day. It pushed down. We pushed all the way up. Let me zoom in some more. I want you to see larger candles. Perfect, perfect. So look at that. So it started running out in the pre-market, right? Like it was going to go down. But as soon as we got down here, we started pushing up. You get that little push down. Then you get this little, hey, I'm going to go down further candle here. Market opens. We shoot down. We stop. I literally have an alert. It doesn't set my alert off because it wasn't even there that long. Pushed all the way back up. So this would have been a decent trade to get into if I could have, but I couldn't. It was so fast. It was literally, this is a 1 minute candle. So now what I started to do is I watched these ranges, and if you look at it, you see it over and over and over again. Go up, peak, come on down. Go up, peak, come on down. Then we stopped right here, and I was like, okay, so now I know we're starting to trend higher. We trended up higher. I got in. I was going to get in right here. I did not get in right here because it was before 10 o'clock. I will trade before 10 o'clock, but that's just me personally. I don't suggest, if you're new, trying to do these 1 minute trades before 10 o'clock. But you see it goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. So I'm like, okay, this is consistent now. This is consistent over a half-hour period that the market's going up and coming down. So we're going to do this at least a couple more times before we finally start pushing the rest of the way up. And I'm like, all right, not quite time for us to get in yet because we hadn't reached this point. I was waiting for us to reach this point or at least break this candle. Hadn't reached that candle body just yet. So I was like, all right, we'll wait. Went down, and then I was right to wait because it did push back up, and that would have tricked me out of my trade, and I would have lost some money on that right there. So I waited since we were like the retest. It tested right there, it didn't push down, pushed up, and then I said, okay, we wicked up. So we got the trend, the morning started, and I started to see this pattern form over and over and over again. Boom, up consistently, right? Hit this consolidation period, and this is what I was waiting on. When this consolidation period reached its max, that was when I started looking to get into my trade. So then we have this massive spike up here, right? And remember I told you that wicks of candles are spikes. They're not necessarily the price. The body of the candle is where the price is. And as we're coming down to about right here, I get in right here at the 65 cent, and then boom, it pushes down here. And then a minute later, it somersaults down into this area, and then it pushes down some more. And I'm just waiting because I get into this little area here. We're going to slide to the right. You see me basically in this area where we hit the bottom of the zone, and I'm trying to see if we break through. We don't break through. We go up, we come down, we come down, we go up again, we come down, we come down, we come down, and I get out of my trade right here. Not playing with it anymore. 7 minutes. But yeah, that's it for our trade for the day. Of course, we made, 198. This has been another full transparency trading session. This is my small account aggressive trades. And now we're up $262 in 2 days. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and I'll answer them as soon as possible.